Sarah Coleman never meant to linger in the house her parents left her. It was a plain, boxy place with faded cedar siding, sitting at the edge of a quiet Virginia cul-de-sac. The front yard was a mess, crabgrass and dandelions choking out what used to be lawn. She'd come down from her Brooklyn apartment 6 months after her dad passed, planning to sort papers, cut utilities, and list the place for sale. But the slow creak of the porch, the way sunlight spilled through the kitchen window, held her back. 2 months later, she was still there, answering work emails by morning, wrestling weeds by afternoon. It wasn't sentimentality, just a stubborn need to make the place hers again. That spring, trouble found her. Sarah was knee-deep in dirt along the northern fence, yanking out ivy that clung like it owned the place. Her land butted up against the Baxters' lot. Tom and Linda, her parents' neighbors for decades. She barely knew them, just vague memories of stiff waves. Linda, especially, was always out there clipping hedges that didn't need it, bossing delivery drivers like she ran the street. That day, Sarah was prying up old bricks when a county patrol car rolled up, slow and deliberate. 2 officers stepped out, hands on belts, calm but watchful. "Ma'am, got a call about suspicious active VY tie," the taller one said. "Mind if we talk?" Sarah stood, wiping sweat, spade in hand. "This is my place. I'm just weeding." The officers swapped a look. "Neighbors said you're digging near their land. Maybe MOVYing property markers." Sarah almost laughed. "I'm pulling weeds. Markers are untouchable, check." They did, poked around, took notes. "All clear," they said, but the taller one lingered. "Your neighbors? They called like this before. Had issues with your dad, too." Then they left. Sarah stood there, staring at the sagging fence. Not mad, just tired. Linda's territorial VYB was OBVYS, but calling cops over weeds? That was a move. That night, Sarah dug through her dad's files, finding a 15-year-old survey map, stamped and notarized. It showed the Baxters' fence 6 feet inside her legal line. That strip of grass Linda decorated with flowers and lights? Hers. The gravel path for their second car? Hers. Sarah didn't sleep much, not from anger, but from the certainty of what was coming. Linda wasn't confused, she was staking a claim. If that was the game, Sarah would play. She wasn't loud or petty. She worked in logistics, new systems, escalation. Next morning, she called a surveyor, Mark Ellis, to confirm the boundary. She got quotes for a trench to mark the line, nothing permanent, just clear. That afternoon, she saw Linda watering plants along the disputed strip, acting like it was hers by right. Something in Sarah hardened. She hadn't planned to stay, but now, she wasn't budging. Mark arrived Thursday, a quiet guy with a laser level and GPS gear. For 3 hours, he measured, staked, and mapped. Sarah watched from the kitchen, expecting Linda to storm out. She didn't. Mark's report confirmed it. 1.5 meters of Baxter land was legally Sarah's, including their precious garden path. Sarah paid him, labeled the file boundary legal, and tied twine between the stakisa, subtle line, not a taunt. By dawn, Linda was out in her bathrobe, smashing a stake with a hoe. Their eyes locked. Linda turned away, silent. Challenge accepted. Things spiraled. A code enforcement officer showed up, claiming Sarah's digging threatened the Baxters' garage. She handed him Mark's survey, her contractor's notes. He grumbled, "Looks fine," but warned of more complaints. Linda's game was clear, death by paperwork. She aimed sprinklers to soak Sarah's yard, tipped over compost bins, spread gossip about that newcomer tearing up the street. Sarah didn't bite. She installed cameras, motion lights, documented every move. When a fake utility inspector came sniffing, Sarah photographed his fake ID, sent him packing. When a shady investor offered to buy her out, hinting at messy issues, she shut the door, called her lawyer, Emily Harper. Emily was sharp, unfazed. "They're bluffing," she said. "They know it's your land, but think you'll cave." Sarah didn't. She dug the trench narrow, legal, a gravel-filled line that screamed ownership. Linda lost it, yelling about gravel and drainage. Sarah stayed silent, let her rant. Then came the Baxters' lawyer, accusing Sarah of malicious obstruction. Emily laughed. "They're desperate." In mediation, Linda played the VY Tim, whining about 30 years of neighborly trust. Emily shut it down with surveys, photos, law. No deal was made. Sarah said, "I'm here to live, not fight." But the fight found her. Linda turned cruel. Sarah's mailbox was left open in rain, letters ruined. Trash bins were scattered. A pile of broken glass appeared by her gate, deliberate, chilling. A stray dog tore up her mulch. Whispers said it was Linda's foster. Sarah reported, reinforced, never flinched. She filed a civil suit, not just against the Baxters, but their tactics, trespass, harassment, lies. Her EVY denke was ironclad. Logs, VY deos, reports. In court, Emily laid it bare, surveys, timestamps, even footage of Linda dumping trash. The Baxters' lawyer rambled about community norms. The judge wasn't VYing it. "Show me the law," he said. They couldn't. The ruling was swift. Sarah's land was hers. The Baxters were barred from the trench, their petition tossed, their fake inspector noted. The judge praised Sarah's restraint. Linda's face crumpled, not in anger but defeat. They left without a word. 2 days later, MOVYing truck pulled up. Linda and Tom packed in silence. No neighbors helping, no glances Sarah's way. Their house hit the market, polished and empty. The trench stayed, a quiet, untouchable line. New neighbors moved in, a kind couple clueless about the war. Sarah gave them the survey map, a friendly heads up. They sent scones and a note, "Glad you're next door." Sarah rebuilt new fence, fresh grass, a porch she painted herself. She hosted friends, laughed late into the night. The cameras stayed, but she stopped checking them. The house wasn't just inherited, no, it was earned. Sarah sat on her porch one evening, iced tea in hand, tracing the trench with her eyes. It wasn't about dirt. It was about space, the right to exist without someone redrawing your lines. The Baxters hadn't just stolen land, tried to erase her. They failed, not because she shouted, but because she stood firm, silent, relentless. The neighborhood noticed. Some still avoided her. Others nodded with respect. Sarah didn't care. She'd drawn her line, and no one would cross it again. What would you have done in Sarah's shoes? Fought back or walked away? Was she too ruthless, or did the Baxters deserve worse? Should neighbors settle disputes like this, or is the law the only way? Drop your thoughts below, hit like if this got you thinking, and subscribe for more stories that'll keep you talking. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story on Store of Good Stories. If this story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to hit like and share the video to spread this positive message to more people. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the meaningful stories we share every week. Your support is the biggest motivation for Store of Good Stories to keep bringing heartfelt and valuable stories to you. See you in the next video.